What's up, guys? My name is Christian with 10 Takes Media, and today we're at Flex Society with Jon. Jon, who are you?
So I'm Jon Garcia. I'm the owner of Flex Society. We are a small hidden gym in downtown Mesa, private facility. You know, you got to have a membership to work out here. Everyone's invited, but when I say private facility, it's not like your regular commercial gym. You know, you're not going to see thousands of people crawling in and kind of just taking up space. Everyone that's here is here for a reason, and everybody that's here is actually putting in work. You come to my gym, you're here because you're serious, because you've already had that 3-4 year membership at Planet Fitness that you haven't used, you haven't lost any weight, you know, then you're like, okay, it's time to get serious. Gotta go to the real gym with the real professionals. That's me. That's where you come here to Flex Society.
I love that. How long has this gym been open for?
So the gym here in this location, I've been here since October of 2019. Prior to that, I was at a smaller facility, and then prior to that, in 2017, I was actually training from home. I had just a 2-car garage, which started just as a 1-car garage. I still had a truck in there, and then I expanded. You know, I had more and more people hitting me up, like, "Yo, can I come to your house?" And I started with online coaching, which is what we did for you,
right?
You know, so a couple years ago, I wasn't physically training anybody. We were just doing online coaching. You know, putting them on a diet. You know, calorie deficit diets for everybody, you know, meal replacements, you know, snack ideas, real simple stuff just to help people on a day by day lose a couple pounds. And then, you know, I started getting more people locally. Then when it was locally, it was like, well, you know, it'll help if you actually come work out with me.
Right. So people take it more serious that way.
Yep. So then it got to a point where my HOA was like, yo, this is way too much going on. You got cars outside blocking the whole street. And I just said, you know what, I think it's time to take it serious and, you know, get a spot. Let's, you know, if you're a gym rat like I was back then, it was like really like, you know, having your own gym is a dream. You know, like we all like to go to the gym and work out, you know, but once you're at that point where you're like training people, you know, at EOS, hiding so they don't kick you out, because they will get upset if you're like, you know, charging people or training them at their gym, obviously, or you're training people at a park, it's less professional, you know, it's just like, It was time to take that next step, and in 2019, January of 2019, I opened my first spot. It was real small. It was about 1,000 square feet, but you know, it got it cracking. You know, we were doing classes. I would get up to 15, sometimes 20 people per class. We started including a protein shake after, you know, to give people their post-workout, and it was night classes, so it was kind of like, you know, almost like their dinner sometimes too. You know, they just call it a day after that. They come get their workout, have a protein shake right after, call it a night.
That's cool, man.
And then it just kind of evolved into a whole membership gym.
So how did you even get into working out in the first place? Because I know a lot of people have like some type of motivation, whether it's a breakup. Because I know people after a breakup, you know, they'll be like, okay, I'm going to take my body a little bit more serious and kind of upgrading and you know what I'm saying? Like kind of get that revenge for their ex. You know, you're going to want me back after you see my new body. You know what I'm saying?
Yup, my childhood girlfriend broke my heart and I ended up with a gym.
Really?
No, fuck no.
So what's the story then?
So actually what happened was, so when I was 17, you know, I had my first kid. By the time he was born, I was 18. When I, you know, got pregnant, I was like 130 pounds. And then by the time that my son was like a month old, I was 190. I had stretch marks around my stomach. I was wearing 2XL shirts. You know, I was like a medium. I went from like a medium to a 2XL in like 9 months.
Dang.
So I was like, holy shit. Like, you know, I remember physically seeing my body in the mirror and I had stretch marks like around my stomach. I was like, what the fuck is this? So at that time, this was in 2010. So about 12 years ago. At that time, you know, we were watching MTV, Jersey Shore.
Okay.
So
yeah, I remember that.
Literally, physically, what got me into the gym was like watching these dudes just look jacked.
Right.
They're having fun, you know, they're jacked as hell. And I was like, dude, I really need to lose weight. And I got a gym membership at Pure Fitness, which is a gym that used to be here in Arizona. What happened was I was 190 pounds the day I signed up, and in 2 weeks I dropped to 170. And all I was doing was bench pressing and curling. I wasn't doing no cardio. I wasn't doing no diet. I was pretty much clueless. You know, I did take weight training in junior high and high school, so I kind of knew a little bit of what I was doing, but it wasn't to the level where I'm at now, you know, knowledgeable. I was literally just losing the weight, and then I was like, okay, so I'm thin again. I was 170 pounds. Now the goal was to get big. You know, I wanted to be muscular. I wanted to have that mass on me. And, you know, my whole life I was small. I was real short. I was real thin. You know, all my friends were bigger than me.
Right.
Everybody was. Even my girlfriends were bigger than me. You know, like, yeah, I still see some of my exes. I remember when they were taller than me.
Yeah,
you know, they had inches on me, bro. But I was still getting it. You know.
You get taller if you work out?
No, this was when I was a kid.
Oh,
like I was like, you know, in 7th, 8th grade, high school. I don't think I finally grew until I was like maybe 20 years old was probably when I stopped growing. But anyways, that's really what motivated me, is like I wanted to get big. So then I went from 170 pounds to 185 in about a year and a half. And then I was stuck. You know, I was trying all the diets. I remember I used to go to Bookman's, buy the muscle and fitness magazines, and look up diets. You know, I wasn't too big on the internet yet, so I was like reading books, reading magazines, watching videos, but it was just like I was stuck. And it wasn't until 2013 that my body like grew. I always tell people, like, I think you get a man body because my shoulders got wider, my back got bigger. Yeah. I put on a lot of weight. In 2013, I hit 199 pounds. My goal was to be 200. Like, I was like 199 on Christmas Day. Yeah. I was like, shit, this is, you know, I was bigger, had more mass on me, I was a lot stronger. And I was like, damn. And then from 2013 to 15, then I really evolved. My body started surpassing 200 pounds. Today, I'm between 215 and 220, and I'm not on a diet. I'm not on a workout routine. You know, I'm real busy with the gym, with the solar, and obviously I have 3 kids. So, you know, family, work, you know, my day job, my night job, and my family keep me super busy to where I don't have a steady routine. I do train with one of my trainers here. I try to get it in 3 times a week, but lately it's been about once or twice.
Do you have to stay consistent to like maintain those results?
So if you look at the timeline I just told you from 2010 to 2022, it took me years to put on size. A lot of people don't understand that. There's no 3-4 week. Yeah, no, that whole 30-day, you're not gonna transform. You know, you will see results after 30 days. If you're consistent on anything, you're gonna see results.
Right.
You know, it's like you chipping away at a rock for 30 days. Every single day, you're gonna see the chips. Same thing when you're chiseling your body. You know, you're chiseling away body fat. You know, if you're 30 years old and it took you 30 years to get that fat, you're not gonna expect to get unfat in one day.
Right.
You know, like it takes time. Time is major key. Then, you know, your diet, your exercise. Don't get me wrong. There's people that, you know, get crazy results in 30 days. Everything comes into play though. Genetics, you know, knowledge, because you could be eating salads every day and that might not be ideal for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
everyone's weight loss plan has to be different.
Exactly. That's why people pay for coaches. You know, everyone's body's different genetically, you know. So not one diet is gonna work for everybody, not one workout routine is gonna work for everybody. It took me a long time to find out what works for me. You know, I was losing size. I was stuck between 190 and 200 because I couldn't keep my muscle up. Like, you know, between water retention and body fat and muscle, I was still losing size. And, you know, now I'm like walking around 215 to 220 without even trying. I think it's a lot of muscle maturity. You know, after so many years of me working out, I used to work out 7 days a week, and now I work out once or twice. Yeah. I'm not in the best shape of my life, obviously, but I'm not 180 pounds like I used to be, you know?
Right.
I was just thin, and I wanted to be bigger. You know, I just wanted to put on some size, put on some strength. I've already blown out my pec. I've broken my collarbone, you know, just from working out, going too heavy. But now I just kind of kick back. I don't lift heavy weight. I don't do any, you know, I'm not a model, and I'm not a bodybuilder or a power lifter. I literally do it so I can be in better health. That's where I'm at now. Like, after over 10 years of me working out, it's all about my health now. Last year, I was like 225. It was the biggest I've been. I had high blood pressure and I had high cholesterol. Then my doctor said, like, you need to lose weight. You know, I was like, dude, it took me 10 years to put on 100 pounds. Now you tell me I got to lose it? It's like, yeah, it's for your health. You know, you just want to be healthy. And now I realize that, you know, I got kids. I'm trying to make it. You know, I'm trying to be healthy.
Right.
And it makes sense. You know, now I do my cardio. If you asked me 5 years ago if I'll do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster or if I wanted to curl 100, you know, curls, I would do the 100 curls all day. You know, get that nasty pump. Now I'm just like, dude, if I can do my cardio, I'm good. Like, I'm always on the go. So if I come in here and I got 30 minutes, I'll do 30-minute cardio before I even do any weightlifting.
So I got a question because I've heard a lot of different advice. What's more important, the amount of weight that you're lifting or the reps?
Man, I feel like that's a myth, you know? And it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to put on some mass, like I said earlier, diet is everything. So if you want to do a lot of reps with you know, low weight or a couple reps with heavy weight, your diet has everything to do with it. So what's your goal? You want to gain weight, you want to gain muscle, or do you want to lose, you know, body fat? Either way, you got to burn the calories.
What do you mean by gain weight, though?
So a lot of, like me, I was 180 pounds and I wanted to be bigger, like muscular. So muscle weighs more than fat. You put on, 5 pounds of muscle, it's a lot smaller than 5 pounds of fat.
Okay.
So you can have a transformation and your scale might only change 5 pounds, but you look like a completely different person.
So you could weigh more but be like thinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Body fat.
Gotcha.
So your body fat is lower, your muscle's higher, you're gonna look like a completely different person. You might only be like 3 or 4 pounds different, but you cut out all the body fat and you added muscle, right. You're gonna look, feel, and everything different.
So first, for like myself, right? If I wanted to start today, what would you recommend starting today?
Oh, I'd legit ask you what you ate yesterday.
Shit, I don't even want to tell you.
Exactly. I tell you, what did you eat yesterday?
Stop
and when's the yeah. So it's it's discipline and it's consistency. It's really about how you're gonna portray yourself, because a lot of people will take it serious Monday through Friday, and then come Saturday you ruin all your results from the week's, the week's work that you just put in. But once you start seeing the results and how hard it is, I always tell people it's like a numbers game. If you actually, and now it's, there's apps literally keeping track of your steps, keeping track of all your macros that you're eating throughout the day.
Yeah.
So it's so easy, anybody could do it. Like if you cannot reach your fitness goals in 2022, it's literally because you're gonna just use as many excuses as you can.
You just don't want to.
You don't want to, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as that are people that are broke because they work a 9 to 5 and that's all they want to do.
Right.
And they're content with a paycheck. It's the same thing about your body. If you're content with your body and you're not gonna do the extra step for it, then you're not gonna lose weight. You're not gonna gain the muscle. Same thing. Just it's like working a 9 to 5 for 50 years and they give you a 20-cent raise every 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah, because that kind of reminds me of it. I had DM'd you about getting on a weight. What is it? What was it called?
So when you DM me, I was doing the 30-day fat loss challenges.
Okay.
And it was just a calorie deficit diet. I was literally putting people on a meal replacement, protein shakes. It was a really good starter for everybody. It was kind of the hook. I would bring you in, make you lose weight with your first 30 days, and then I'd tell you, okay, now there's way more to it, because that was like
that's like the
diet.
easy shred,
yeah,
right?
it was a diet for dummies. I literally broke it down to you. This is how many times you're gonna eat. This is how many meal replacement shakes you're gonna eat. This is how many snacks you're gonna eat. This is how many meals you're gonna eat.
But that you can't do that long term. You're saying?
You can't, for the simple reason that your body needs to digest food.
Right.
And those were a lot of meal replacements. And it's kind of just a kickstart, put your metabolism back into it. It's kind of like a shock to your body if you're eating 4,000 calories a day and all of a sudden I cut you down to 1,800.
Right.
Your body's gonna react. First things it's gonna do, you might get headaches, and you're gonna lose weight. Like I said, it's not rocket science. It's a numbers game. If you're eating 4,000 calories this week and then next week you only eat 2,000 calories, you're gonna lose weight.
Even if you don't work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000%. Yeah.
Interesting. That's actually good. That's good to know, because I've always known it's to eat, like, it's not what you eat, but it's like the portion of what you're eating. Like you got to eat less of what you're used to eating, right?
So no, it is what you eat.
Oh, it is.
What you eat, because you could eat a lot of healthy stuff.
I got to get some.
Yeah, you got it backwards. It is
Okay.
what you eat. So you can eat a whole stomach full of stuff that's not fattening, and you're gonna be full. And your calorie intake is gonna be low. Or you can eat 50 chicken nuggets, and it's gonna fill you up, but it's more fattening because it's fried food.
I ate pasta yesterday. Is that bad?
It's not bad. It's carbs, but it's not the best.
If I'm not working out, it's bad.
Yeah, carbs will make you gain weight, but that's a whole nother story. You can use carbs. Carb is fuel. You do need it.
Okay.
You do need carbs. It's not like you're gonna completely cut out carbs. Just like fats, you still need fats. Like once you start getting into like the scientifics of your body, there's a whole lot that has to do with it. So yes, you can 1,000% lose weight by just dieting.
Okay, I got another question, because I suffer from this rare disease called love handles.
We all do. And I'm starting to think it might be genetically, because I'll lose 20 pounds and I still have them.
Right?
Yeah. So
and those are the worst, because that's what makes your shirt fit right.
Yeah.
So there's no workout to cut those love handles down?
Here's what you can do. This is what I did. This is a secret I didn't want to tell everybody. I grew some traps, some shoulders, and some biceps.
Covers them.
It pulls back your shirt.
Oh, yeah?
It pulls back your shirt. Once you got big traps, your shirt's, it's being pulled back. Your shoulders start filling it in. Biceps get tight. Then you don't have to worry so much about this. Your back grows like this. It's like an illusion. Your waist looks slimmer.
Oh, I got you.
It's not the best thing to do, but it works.
Workout, back, got it.
Yes, get big.
Yeah.
Literally, that's the thing about love handles. your waist actually is a muscle. So if you start literally working it out, you're gonna build muscle. You have muscle around your waist. So it's not, it's not super ideal. Anything that has to do with your stomach area, you have to diet. If you diet, your love handles will go down. Okay. Your stomach will come down, your love handles. The fat will just start shredding off, bro. But like I said, it's not gonna happen overnight.
Okay, what should I start eating today?
Today?
Because I haven't ate breakfast yet.
You haven't had breakfast?
Nah.
Oh man, we're gonna have to sit down and write your whole diet.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what should I start
I'm gonna
eating
take
today?
you. There's a spot right here called what's this restaurant called? Worth Takeaway.
Okay.
Super, super bomb spot. They have like millions of Yelp reviews, and they have a healthy menu. They'll put egg whites on your sandwich, stuff like that. They got good bagels, stuff. If you're like me, that you're always on the go and it's hard to meal prep, you just have to start looking at menus and knowing what not to eat. Simple, like don't eat a bunch of fried foods. If you cut out all your sugars and all your fried foods for a month, like legit 30 days, not just business days,
right?
Every fucking day, you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah, because I don't drink soda, but I do drink a lot of these.
Hey, I'm just as guilty.
Soda, right?
I'm just as guilty, bro.
We're
those have hidden sugars in them.
Bang, if you want to sponsor us, let me know.
Yeah, those are bad, bro. They have a lot of hidden sugars too,
Yeah.
and it's a bunch of caffeine. But me, I feel like I'm addicted to caffeine. I drink 2 energy drinks a day.
Yeah, I have to have caffeine in the morning.
Yeah, and it's bad. Like, you're not supposed to drink that much caffeine, but I do it. I'm just as guilty. I've tried to cut it out, but I'm like, I'm not drinking water all day, every day. Because for me, to drink a gallon of water a day is very, very, very hard.
Right.
And that's ideal. Like, if you should drink a gallon of water a day. That's gonna keep you healthy, keep you flushed. Everything stays good. Even for me, it's hard. And there's days that I work out and I still only drink half a gallon. Bro, there's days where I don't drink any water because I'll drink, energy drinks and I'll drink sodas with my food. Certain foods, like I'm Mexican, so I eat heavy food.
Right.
And I want to drink, I want that cold Coca-Cola with my food. There's no way I'm gonna eat. And I eat like shit, bro. I have, I fluctuate my weight so much.
Do you drink beer?
Oh, bro, I drink so much beer.
Really?
Yes, and that is the worst. The worst for you, bro. Like, you literally get a beer belly from drinking beer, and I drink a lot of beer. Last year when I wasn't working, I took the year off, and, I was helping at the tire shop, but I was drinking almost every day. Like, I had long days because I was helping Eric at the tire shop, and I'd come here like at 6 or 7. If I had morning clients, then I'd open the tire shop at 8. Then I'd leave there like 5 or 6 in the afternoon, go home, shower, come back here, stay here till about 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Go straight home and drink a beer. Like, my days were long. I was working from like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And what's harder, shredding water weight or like, is it the same or is it different? Like, if I got fat from eating food versus if I got fat drinking beer, what's worse?
Fat's fat,
Oh, it's the same.
So, yeah, fat is fat. There's no worse. And I think everyone's body is different. So when you come down to it, like, you ever see like the boxers, they put on a sweatsuit, to make weight, and they'll cut 5 pounds by running laps.
Right.
They're legit losing water weight. You're literally losing the water from your body. So that's, that's how you do it. But what do you think is easier? Putting on a fucking plastic bag and running 100 laps, or just not eating bad shit?
That's a tough one, bro, to be honest, because I like good food.
Yeah.
But
do you like running laps with a
nah.
fucking bag on you? Because I think, personally, I hate running. I hate doing any type of cardio. I'm doing
sucks.
it because I have to. But I cannot see myself running with a plastic bag on my body just to lose, because you're going to lose like 5 pounds of water weight. When I could just say, you know what, I'm not going to eat that today. I'm going to eat. And I'm like a binge eater. I will eat all the time, and I like always eating. When I'm hungry, I will eat anything. Like, I literally, like, fuck my diet, fuck my workout. But when you work out every day and you're like, shit, I just worked out for an hour and that shit was tough.
Yeah.
But in 5 minutes, you can fucking devour a whole pizza.
Yeah,
and you're
that's
like,
crazy.
damn.
And
your whole workout is gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just really, it's like a personal thing, bro. Like, you have to, losing weight isn't about like paying a trainer or paying a coach to do your diets. It's really like a huge personal thing. If you personally want to do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
like,
you have to
it's
stay
all-
disciplined for that stuff, man. Like,
all
you have
you.
to know, like, man, I really want this cheeseburger, I really want this pizza, but you have to be disciplined enough to say this is not good for my body.
Yeah. And bro, I'm one of those guys that always says practice what you preach. I turned 30 this past December. I'll be 31 soon. And I really told myself, like, I want to be in the best shape of my life in my 30s. And this year has been a really good year for me. But I have not been able to reach my goals. You know, I'm here with everybody else that hasn't lost weight. Obviously, I didn't gain weight. You know, I see a lot of people that get fatter during the year.
Yeah.
I haven't done that, but as far as like family goals, you know, work goals, skill goals, I've done a lot of things that, you know, I didn't accomplish in my 20s. And this is my first year at 30, you know? So I'm like, my business is doing better. You know, I started a second business. Everything's, you know, falling into place. You know, I'm real cool with family and friends, and my circle got smaller. I feel like that made a huge impact. I love everybody, but I do not interact or lose my time with anybody that's literally not here to help. And I might sound selfish, and I'll accept it. Yeah, I am selfish.
Yeah.
Because I want to take care of me, and I'm not gonna hang out with a bunch of fucking losers. You know, everybody around me either has a business, has business ideas for myself or for them, and help me in some way, or I'm helping them in some way. Because I'm the same, you know, I'm not to the selfish point where if somebody calls me and asks me a question, I'm not gonna say, oh no, bro, I ain't got time for that. You want some advice? I ain't a fucking professional, but I can help you, you know, as far as I can. What I did, what works for me, might not work for you, but this is what I did.
Right.
And I get a ton of messages on my DM. I'm real organic when it comes to my social media. What you see is what you get. That's really how I am in real life. Like, I'm not just talking shit, you know, like a lot of people say, you know, do it for the gram.
Right.
Bro, my Instagram has like 90% of my life. I keep that 10% private for myself, because at the end of the day, you know, you do want to keep your private life.
Right.
You know, you don't want everybody all up in your business, but it's fucking real. You know, what I do on a day-to-day basis, I post it. I'm between my gym, the office, and, you know, the tire shops and home.
Yeah.
I do a lot of, you know, running around. I've had my Maserati for a little bit over a year, and I think I got it with like 8,000 miles on it. It's at like almost 70,000.
Yeah.
And
so going back real quick to saying, like, you know, you don't want to sound selfish, but you don't want to hang out with around a bunch of losers.
Yeah.
Right. But that's important, because they say that you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Exactly.
Right? And if you're hanging out with a bunch of losers or people that don't have any ambition, then where are you at?
Exactly.
You know, where do you put yourself in that scale? So if you're hanging out with people that have their own business, that are, you know, have ambitions to grow, then it kind of gets competitive, because you don't want to be the only person not growing, you know, leveling up their life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's very
important.
important.
And it's really good that you say that, because the way I look at it, bro, when I walk into a room, you know, whoever's around me, it's either you're gonna be inspired or you're gonna be intimidated. And when I see people doing better than me, I'm fucking inspired.
Right.
Like, I want to know what they did. How is that guy 35 and he's, you know, a millionaire? I want to know, where did he start? Because not everybody is born into money, you know?
Right.
And, you know, some people are self-made, and that's literally like, nobody handed me anything, bro. You know, my solar brings me a lot of money. The gym is a hobby. It doesn't bring me a ton of money, but it's there. It's staying afloat finally. It took me about 3 years to get the gym above water, bro. It's gym equipment's real expensive.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't get any loans for none of it. Everything's owned. You know, a lot of stuff came from
That's impressive.
Facebook Marketplace. Oh, bro, gym equipment's super expensive. You know, when it comes down to plates, dumbbells, it's per pound. When it comes down to machines, a brand new piece of equipment machine can cost you up to $6,000. You know, so it's like, a lot of it is used, a lot of it is new. I love it, bro. I wanted this feel to be like an old school, like, you know, in the 80s type of Arnold. You know, that's what everybody wants. I didn't want a pretty uniform gym. You know, if that was the case, and I would have just got a loan and bought a gym and called it a day.
Right.
But no, I wanted to make it my own, and really, that's how it feels. When people come here, it's legit, you know, private, but it's like old school feel. Having the whole outside gym is a whole nother level.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole vibe out here. Like I said, it makes me want to work out. Like, I would love to hit these punching bags out here, just spend a couple of hours, maybe not a couple hours, maybe like 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
You know, getting a workout here. But I wanted to kind of talk about what you're doing now, because I remember you sold me a it was the truck, the green truck. What was it?
I sold you a truck before?
Yeah, you sold me a low OBS truck, a green one.
Oh shit, you bought that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, so ever since that was like my first thing. When I was 14, I bought my first car. So I've always been into vehicles. But funny thing is, I had a dope ass car. I had a Cadillac, 97 Cadillac DeVille. I was in 8th grade when I started making payments on it, and I worked all year. I worked all summer, after school. I've been working since I was 12, bro. Literally from the time I was 12 to the time I was 15, I was doing door-to-door sales for newspaper. I worked for the Arizona Tribune and the Arizona Republic, which is, you know, literally newspaper that come to your door.
Yeah.
I was not the paper boy. That's what everybody used to call me. Like, oh, you're a paper boy? You ride your bike and throw paper? Like, no, I was knocking doors.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, bro. I was like, dude, no, I'm not the paper boy. I'm walking, you know, up to these houses, convincing people to sign up for a yearly subscription to the newspaper.
It's like a newsletter?
Literally. This was before the fucking internet was, you know, on your phone, in your pocket. You know, at the time you wake up, you see the news. No. So I did that for 3 years. And then, you know, when I was 14, I bought my first car. I loved it. I remember, you know, at that time you're going to quinceañeras, hanging out with a bunch of people. But the guys that had the trucks had all the girls. It was like, it could have been like a single cab, long bed Chevy, you know, ugly, beat the fuck up, farm truck. But the girls wanted to ride in that single cab. I had a 4-door Cadillac DeVille with big old back seats. I could fit all the girls.
Yeah,
Gorditas too.
The pussy wagon.
Yeah, bro. But no, like the trucks got the attention. So that really drew me into like, you know what? I think I got to get a truck. So by the time I was 17, I bought my first truck. And then it just fucking, I did this thing where I started posting it on Craigslist for trade. I literally pushed the car home for $500. And I pushed it home, got it running. It was a 91 Camaro. I put a Honda Civic fuel pump in it.
Okay.
I fucking made it work. That bitch was running. Then somebody traded me for a Silverado. Then I got another Silverado, and I started just trading up.
That's where it started.
Yes, that's where it started, bro. And I was like addicted. It's fucking nuts because I'm 31 years old, bro. And last night I did a trade, and I drove that bitch here. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing when I was 18, you know, 15 to 18. You just get bigger toys, more expensive toys.
Right,
But
right.
that's literally what drew me into it. So I've always been into like selling or trading vehicles. And that's funny because I forgot that I sold you that truck, dude. That was a really cool truck, and they're so sought after now. Like that truck, well, it was only like 2-3 years ago. That truck now is worth so much money.
Dude, I know, and I bought it, and it wasn't even that much. How much was it? I think it was like
$3,000, bro.
Like $3,000.
You gave me like $3-4 for it.
I dropped it. I put some different wheels on it, and I was gonna paint it, and I don't know why I fucking sold it. I just sold it. I was like, man, like, fuck it.
I almost bought it back from you.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Yes, because it had a nice interior. You know, it was a really clean truck. It had a lot of miles, but nowadays, what doesn't have a lot of miles? Besides me, I'm low mileage, you know? But all the cars I got high miles. But it's like, dude, that literally has escalated. Last year when I was hanging out at the tire shop, when I lost my job at Tesla, I was literally flipping trucks. You know, for me to stay afloat, like I like to tell people, 2021 was my worst year, bro. I worked for this huge company for, you know, just about 10 years. I was 19 years old when I started doing solar, and I worked at Solar City, which converted over to Tesla up until 2021. You know, I think I started there in 2011, 2012, something like that.
Dang.
So it was a security blanket, bro. I could go anywhere and show my pay stub. I made, you know, well over 6 figures, and, you know, I had a legit job, you know, it's proof of income. So then going solo was a completely different story. You know, I was getting paid cash at the tire shop. I was flipping trucks cash, and I was trading, getting paid cash, you know, through my gym.
Yeah.
So it was a whole new experience. You know, being self-employed literally changed my life. Like, you know, I went months making no money, and I went, you know, one time I sat on 4 trucks, and I ended up selling them all. I think I racked in like 85 grand. But I sat on those trucks for like 7 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was putting money into them while I was sitting on them, you know, because I wanted to sell them. So the more you do, the easier the sale's gonna be. And, you know, my girl would be like, dude, you gotta get rid of these things. I had 2 trucks at home, 2 trucks at the tire shop. And then 1 month, they all went.
Do you think you're gonna end up opening your own dealership soon?
Bro, that was my ideal goal for the longest time. And I've always talked to my boy Eric from Ice Creams. I would always tell him, like, dude, we should legit get, you know, we should get this, you know, really, really going, because I'm a fucking salesman at heart, bro. I can sell a book to a blind man, like, legit.
Yeah.
I will convince him that he needs that book. And I've always done that, bro. Like, I'm good with my mouth. You know, I got a mouthpiece on me. And, you know, I sell solar, you know. And prior to that, I sell memberships. And prior to that, I sell wheels and tires every day.
It's not like you're selling bullshit either. It's like,
Yeah.
you sold me a good fucking truck.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn, I got a deal. That's
Yeah.
how I felt, whether it was a deal
And
or
I'm
not.
sure you got your money back out of it, you know?
100%.
Yeah, it wasn't a loss.
I made like $500 on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you drove it, you know?
Yeah, I drove it. You know, obviously I put a little bit of money into it, but you're not really like, because people got a weird, they have a weird, like they think selling is more like convincing, but it's not.
No.
It's more like helping, you know.
Well, here's the thing, bro. When it comes down to vehicles, I'm fucking honest. If I just got it last night, I'm selling it to you today, I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna lie and give you a bullshit story. So if it breaks on your way home, I told you I don't know the truck, you know.
Right,
and
right.
I've done so many deals when it comes to cars. Last year I got a 2-door Tahoe, and I had it for a week. And actually it was in April, so it was April 1st. The dude posted it for sale, so everybody thought he was joking, like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke. And I was like, yo, I got the cash. Where you at? I got the truck, and I literally flipped it. I bought it for $5,000. I posted it for 10. Some dude came out from Anaheim. He got here at 10 o'clock at night. You know, he was like scared to meet me at the shop. I was like, yo, there's lights here at the shop. He's like, can you meet me at a car wash or something? I'm like, bro, I'm a shop. Look up the address. Like, you know, we're a legit shop. We have tons of reviews. Like, come here. He came, and he's like, I'm going to get a hotel and, you know, call it a night, and then we'll drive out in the morning. Because I told him, like, dude, I've had the truck for 5 days. It's reliable. I'm driving it around town. I don't know about driving it back to, you know, California on a 6-hour drive. This motherfucker got in the truck, went straight home. The truck made it there, no fucking problem.
He paid 10 G's?
Yeah, and he paid 10 G's without a fucking problem,
So
bro.
you got a little come up right there.
Oh, bro, I've sold, dude. I think the most come up I've had from selling a truck is I made like 20 grand off of a C10.
Nice.
You know, but these were like full frame off builds that today would have, if I would have held on to it one more year, I would have made so much more money.
Right.
Because right now, anything 67 through 72 is hot. You know, even the 80s and the OBSs are hot. You know, like that shit I sold you for 3-4 grand, dude, they're fucking 9 grand right now, and they're all fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah,
like
to get a single cab short bed Chevy 97 to 99, bro, they're hard to get, and they're expensive.
Yeah.
People are holding on to them or just charging too much. I got a 75 C10 last night that's body dropped, so it's got cool audio, it's got cool suspension, body's a little beat up, but I'm gonna drive it around. I'm gonna post it for 15K or best offer.
Nice, bro.
You know, just because that's what they're worth now.
I've always respected that because I've always seen you hustling, doing different shit. Like, I don't know if it was a joke, but did you used to work at Amazon?
So, yeah, that was a joke. When I worked at Tesla, nobody really knew what I did because I would, like I said, I keep that 10%.
Right.
And unless you physically knew me, like personally, you knew that I had a fucking day job. Most people didn't. They'd be like, this fool's always flipping trucks. This fool's always in the gym. Because by then I wasn't even personal training a lot either because I put a lot of trainers under my belt and they were training. You know, my gym was keeping afloat.
Right.
I just had a free, you know, I had a free gym. I could come work out whenever I wanted.
100%.
And, you know, it was generating enough money to pay itself. So I had time to fuck off, you know? And
Right.
So I would tell, when people would ask me, what do you do for a living? I had a Sprinter at home. My Sprinter was, you know, because I was a technician for the last 6 years at Tesla. So I would literally service, you know, solar systems.
Right.
I didn't work on cars. That's what a lot of people thought. The people that didn't know me, like, oh, you work on the cars? Like, no, actually, I do solar, and, you know, we got bought out, Solar City by Tesla, so now I work for Tesla. But I had a Sprinter at home for probably 6-7 years, and every time, you know, people would joke around, I would take a picture of my steering wheel, and it was a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. So people would ask me, what do you do for a living? And at the time, my girl would order so much shit from Amazon that I'd post on my story, you know, me walking up to the door with an Amazon package. I'd fucking kick it. And literally people legit believed I worked for Amazon, even though I was driving a fucking lifted diesel on 40s and 26s, all custom interior, you know, like $70,000 truck with fucking probably 20 grand of work. And people thought I worked at Amazon for 15 bucks an hour.
But
you know, like, how the fuck does that even make sense?
What made it more believable is that people would start tagging you when they would see an Amazon delivery driver, right? And I'm like, is that really Jon?
Every day, every fucking day. Like, they'd post Amazon trucks and tag me. I'd reshare it. And then when I'd run into people, they'd be like, oh, bro, every time I see an Amazon van, I look, make sure it's you. Like, bro, you will never see me in an Amazon van. And then one time, the dude was at my house, and I pulled up at the same time, but he was by the door, and he had that shit open, so I recorded the inside of the van. I, like, put my foot in there, and I recorded it. I was like, you know, workflow, another day in paradise. I used to do that shit every day. I mean, I still do that. I literally record, like, you know, when people ask me, like, what are you up to? You know, how's your day? Like, bro, every day is a fucking good day. Every day I'm in paradise. And, you know, I would post that every day. I remember I was posting, like, what the fuck is Jon doing today? Because as a technician, I was doing all kinds of shit. And I'd run into people painting houses. Be like, hey, today, you know, for work, I'm painting this house. I love, you know, painting. Painting is my fucking passion. And people just started catching on to that. Like, oh shit, what's Jon's passion? What's Jon's passion? Right. But I was bullshitting. I was literally there to fix your solar system. 15, 20 minutes, and then I'd fucking talk with the painters for another 20 minutes, record them doing some work, go to the fucking pool guy, record him doing some work. Hey, today I'm the fucking pool boy. And people legit believed it because my fucking Instagram is like organic as fuck. Everything is real, what I post, and then people started believing the bullshit. Like, hey, I'm being sarcastic. That's not really me. So people really thought I worked for Amazon. And then there was a guy here that worked at Amazon, and he gave me a shirt. So then I fucking threw it on and posted a picture, and people legit thought I worked for Amazon.
That's funny, bro.
Like literally, because I had a fucking uniform shirt. But yeah, no, I never worked for Amazon, bro. I was doing solar for 10 years, and you know, luckily I was able to build my fucking empire while having a full-time job. I was a W-2 employee, and I was able to build my gym. You know, so luckily when I lost my job, I didn't fucking rush to go get a job right away. And I had job offers. Other solar companies wanted me to come install. I was over the install. You know, I did install for 5 years. I ran one of the biggest shops in the company at the time in Nevada. And dude, I did my fucking work. You know, by the time I was 25, I put in so much work in the solar industry. And now I'm 31 and I'm fucking legit killing it in sales.
Yeah.
I'm educating people every day on solar because most people think it's expensive.
I want to get into that solar stuff like on its own, but I think we'll get into that after this quick break.
A little better? Start over?
Nah, that's cool. We're good. Damn, I gotta sneeze now. All right. So where we left off, bro, we're about to start talking about your solar.
Yep.
Explain a little bit about what you do with solar, because I seen a lot on your social media. You're talking about solar, educating your audience about solar and how you can save people a lot of money. So let's get into that.
So real quick, from start to finish, I've been doing solar since I was 19, and I'll be 31 this year. I actually started with a huge company called Solar City back then. Started as an installer. You know, I was a janitor for 5 years at Mesa Public Schools, and you know, one of my buddies talked me into going to work, you know, this construction job when, you know, I was 19 years old. I said, yeah, let's do it. You know, jumped right into it. And, you know, my father was an electrician for 10 years and a roofer for 10 years. So when I told him I was going to do that, he was like, what? He said, that's kind of hand in hand, you know, what you've been doing with me since you were a kid. So I said, yeah, let's, you know, I'm going to check it out, see how it goes. Little did I know that was going to be a life-changing career for me, bro. Like, solar's big, you know. Solar is just growing. In the last 11, 12 years that I've been doing it, it's just grown huge, tremendous amount. And I was an installer for 5 years. 8 months in, I became a foreman. You know, I was young. I was literally 19 years old. You know, I was a foreman with these 40-year-old men that have been doing construction their whole life. I became a foreman. I was running a crew. You know, I became the #1 crew who were pushing numbers, you know, doing the best installs. In 2015, I was 23 years old, and you know, some stuff went down with the utility here in Arizona, so we got offered to relocate. You know, like, solar company was big. We had offices all over the country, and we could pick. And this was 2015. 2014, I had just gone to Vegas, you know, for the first time for work. I went there for a month, and I made so much money that I was like, well, Vegas is only a couple hours away. You know, there's a ton of work. Why the fuck not?
Right.
23 years old, I packed up my shit, took my girl, my kid, you know, I didn't hesitate. I still know people today that won't even move from Mesa to Chandler because they're fucking stuck in their shithole town that they live in.
People won't even make the drive. Bro, like, they think an hour is a long drive.
Yes, bro. I was 23 years old. I got up and left. You know, I didn't hesitate. Said there's work for me and there's opportunity. I was there for about 2 months before I got promoted again. And then, you know, 4 or 5 months in, I was running the biggest shop in the company. It was me and 3 other dudes. There was 2 guys on top of us, and then me and another guy that were running the crews. We had 60 crews with 10-man crews. The reason why there were 10-man crews, it takes about 4 or 5 guys to do an install, is we were rolling 7 days a week. That's how much work there was. So your van rolled 7 days a week. You just rotated the guys. So every day we were doing an install. It was huge, dude. I was making a ton of money. You know, I was 23.
Right.
I was 23. From the time I was 23 to 25, I was traveling. I did the shop there, and then I traveled across the country. I've literally gone from West Coast to East Coast and back. I did Army base in Rhode Island. I did Boston, Massachusetts, New York, El Paso, Arizona, Nevada. Dude, like, when it comes down to solar, like, I've fucking done it. Like, I've done it all. I've done install. You know, from that, I went to do, you know, service, and now I'm doing sales, which I wish I would have done before, but I don't think I would be such a good solar sales rep if I didn't have this experience under my belt.
Right, because you know what you're selling.
Bro, I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 2016, 17, I came back to Arizona. That's when I took the service tech job. I moved to Nevada for a year, and I moved to Anaheim because at the time my ex and my 2 kids were living there, so, you know, I was, shit, it's only right. Because the same thing that happened here happened in Nevada. So work got shut down. Again, they say, hey, you want to relocate or do you want to quit your job? I said, fuck, dude, my kids are in Cali. If I can relocate to Cali, I'll do that. Cali was a whole nother story. You know, utility, and everything's different. So the whole solar money, like what I was taking home, was not enough money.
Right.
I was living alone. You know, cost of living was crazy. I had 2 trucks. I had an apartment to myself. It was about $2,000 a month, which here now is normal, but over the, you know, in 2016, 2015, it wasn't, you know, it was high.
Right.
It was high for anybody back then. So me living there alone for like 8-9 months, then I took on a different position. You know, I stepped down from being a management role and just became a service tech. Best thing I ever did. I learned how to troubleshoot systems. I learned how to fix systems. You know, I worked on systems that were years old, been producing. You know, what a lot of people ask that. Well, what's going to happen with my solar system in 10 years? And I can actually answer that question because I've been to these systems. Prior to that, I was just installing brand new systems. Everything's fresh, brand new out of the box, brand new panels. You know, you test the system, it turns on, and that's all you know. You don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now.
Right.
But now I do, because I was a service tech for 6 years, still at Tesla. And dude, it's literally helped me out so much when it was time to become sales. You know, I've always wanted to do sales, but I was afraid because I know it's a commission. You know, you eat what you kill, and if you're not killing, you're not eating.
Exactly.
And you know, being a service tech, I was I had an okay pay. You know, I was making good money, and I was getting paid every Friday. Then my gym came around. You know, in 2019. I was still working there until 2021. So then I had a little extra income on the side, still flipping trucks. We're talking about. And I had, you know, I was a W-2 employee making money. So then when I finally decided to do sales, I think it was the right time because I was able to afford it. You know, the first couple months in sales, I didn't make a lot of money because, you know, permitting takes time, install takes time. I have jobs that we installed last week that I sold in June, and, you know, they're getting installed in September. I don't get paid till they get installed. So, like, literally, I'm going to get paid for something I sold in June next week or this week.
Yeah.
So it's like a huge mix, but also, I wasn't knowledgeable in the sales side of it, you know, because people think you're there to just, you know, scam them, take their money, when in reality, like, you're paying utilities for the rest of your life. You're never going to be done paying SRP or APS, which is the biggest ones we have here. You'll never finish paying them. That's not a loan, you know, that's a commitment for life.
Right.
Unless you plan on running off of candles, you're always going to pay utilities, you know?
Right.
So it's gotten to a point where I'm not selling anybody solar, bro. I'm educating them and I'm saving them money while making money while I'm doing it, you know?
Right.
And solar is legit like one of my passions, just like the gym. You know, I still go to brand new installs. We test it and I'm like, fuck, dude, that's so badass. The sun is out and you physically see your meter start going backwards, you know? Even if you're just doing a test run, that shit starts going backwards. You can run power off the sun. You don't have to generate it with fucking coal or wind or fucking rivers, you know? Like, you're literally...
Right.
If there's sun in your neighborhood, you should have solar. If you own your home, the same reason why you're owning your home and not leasing it is the reason why people go solar. Why are you leasing from the utility companies? Rents go up every year. Well, exactly what I just said. In 2015, $2,000 rent here for a 2-bedroom apartment was fucking crazy. Today, there's 2-bedroom apartments for $2,500. Same thing with utility. Utility doesn't cost the same as it did 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. If you buy your solar system, physically own it, put it on your home, that's going to be there for the rest of, you know, your life. It's always going to produce, and nobody's going to change the price on that system for you, you know?
So how does that actually work, though? Because I don't know anything about solar, right? So for me, this is like a first. You're actually educating me as we're recording this, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to come out to my home and you were to install a is it a solar panel or how many panels is it?
Yeah, it's panels. It's solar panels. You know, they vary in sizes, but basically I'd come out to your home and I'd be like, hey, let's do an energy assessment. Pull out your bill. Let me see what you use in the last 12 months, because that's going to give me an average of monthly what you're using as far as kilowatt hours, how much you and your family use. You might have 10 people in your home using a shit ton. It might only be you and your wife with no kids and you're not using much. You know, so we have to build a custom system according to your needs.
Because you could be paying more than what you need?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. You know, because a lot of people will say, well, roughly, what's it going to cost me? I'm like, dude, there's no roughly. You know, you can live in a neighborhood with cookie cutter houses and everybody has a different size system.
Right.
So I can't tell you it's going to cost you 10 grand.
It just depends on
and I
your
get
usage.
it all the time. Like, I get it all the time. And I said, sorry, I cannot give you a quote. I cannot give you a what's it going to cost you, or, you know, rough estimate. There is no rough estimates. Like, you don't want to overpay for something.
Right.
You know, and then you're like, oh man, I'm paying $500 a month for this loan that John got me for. No, you want to say, hey, I'm saving money every single month. I'm adding value to my home, because it's a home upgrade, bro. It's like doing your kitchen counters and tile floors. It's literally adding equity to your home, and it's instant positive equity.
Are there any drawbacks or cons that comes with a solar panel?
So there's just, you know, a lot of misconceptions. People that are selling shit wrong, basically.
Okay.
You know, solar is a huge industry, and there's a lot of money in solar. The typical sales guy will make about $5,000 roughly on a job. So you sell 2 jobs a month, you're making 10 grand. I sell jobs so like cheap to where I sell 10 plus jobs a month, and I don't have to make a $5,000 commission.
Okay.
Because I'm selling 10 jobs a month.
You're just trying to help people at this point.
Bro, I'm trying to help everybody because that's only gonna help me.
Right.
If I save you a ton of money, you're gonna tell your neighbors like, yo, I know this guy that, you know, my bills in the summer were $500 and now I pay $140 every single month and I'm locked in at this rate. It's never gonna change. And then once I'm done paying it, I don't fucking pay it all. It's my system to
Is there a
own.
fee to come out to my house and do that assessment?
No, bro, it's totally free.
Free? Okay.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
totally
after
free.
the assessment, how long is it until we can actually get solar panels on my home?
Okay, that's a good question. Every city is different. I have, like I said, some jobs that took 3-4 months, and some jobs get done in 30 days. It really falls back on permitting time on your city. So right now, Phoenix, so many people are going solar that they're behind on permits.
Okay.
That's why it's got that 3-month waiting time, which is a good time because right now it's almost October. Solar is hot in, you know, June through August. That's when we sell the most solar because that's when people have the fucking huge bills.
Right.
You're like, yo, I just paid $500 for my bill. John, please, let's do solar. Not realizing that it could be 3-4 months before it gets put on, right?
Right.
You're still going to pay $500 next month.
Right.
Because we're going to sign docs. We're going to get everything in the works. But if your city is not going to reply with the permits or approve them on time, you might not get it till December. By then, your bill's not $500 anymore. So there's no reason for us to slow down sales during the wintertime. Just because your bill is $150, you want to sign up today. That way I could have that system on your house by December, January. Next summer comes around, you're never going to see those huge bills again.
So does somebody have to have cash to have a solar panel, or do you guys offer financing?
So that's a dope question, bro. A lot of people think that I can't afford it. It's very expensive. It's so expensive. You know, it's the future. We're in 2022. We are in the fucking future,
Yeah.
first of all. Second of all, anybody can qualify as long as you're a homeowner and you have a 600 plus credit score, and the loans go up to $135,000.
Okay.
Reason being, I'm not saying like, hey, it's gonna be an expensive system. Reason being is we tie in anything that has to do with home efficiency into your loan. So let's just say you have an older home you bought to flip and you still gotta put a little bit of money into it. We can tie in a brand new roof onto your house. We can tie in a brand new AC unit onto your house. This is all gonna be on the solar loan, so you have one payment and the interest lower than 2%.
Nice.
So you're paying 1.99 and you're getting a brand new roof, you're getting AC unit, you know, windows, lighting. We can put artificial turf because that's still gonna help you with your water.
Okay.
Anything that has to do with efficiency, bro, we can tie into your loan, and you have one loan. You know, you have one loan, one payment. You're saving on the monthly. You're saving, you know, in the 25 years that because the loans can be 7 years, 12 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. Some people even finance up to 30 years.
Dang.
On the solar loans.
Yeah.
And then some people just outright pay it cash because you're saving on interest over the, you know, the term, saving on dealer fees. So if you have the money for it and you live in an area where we can completely cover your usage, APS allows you to go past 100%. So anybody that lives in APS that's a homeowner should have solar on their home. Reason being, if you live in APS, I will build you a system that's overproducing. Now, everyone's tied to the grid. You're going to give that overproduction right back to APS, and at the end of the year, they're going to write you a check.
Okay.
They're going to pay you for this usage almost dollar for dollar for what they sell it for. Because they're going to sell it to the neighbors, and you're going to get credited. And it's not like a credit. It's legit cash. They'll write you a check. So you're paying more because you're putting more panels on your home, which, number one, secures if in the future you want to buy an electric vehicle, you know your system's going to be big enough to, you know, power your car.
Right.
Or you want to have more kids, you want to add a pool pumps, or you're just like, yo, I'm selling power back to the grid and they're paying my loan off.
So what happens during a power outage, though?
So since you're tied to the grid, if your power goes out, your solar system does go out. Now there's energy banks and, you know, batteries. That's exactly what they do. You put a couple batteries in your garage, everything you're overproducing charges the batteries. You have a power outage, they immediately kick on, so you still have power.
Nice.
So yeah, there's alternatives for everything. Here personally, I don't sell batteries a lot here in town because we don't have a lot of power outages, and they're still kind of pricey. So you know you're going more out of pocket. But there is places, because I work in 46 states. There is places where batteries are required. You know, like actually here in City of Mesa, there's a small utility, City of Mesa. I have it here for the gym. you're required to have a 5,000 kilowatt system or 10,000 kilowatt. There's no in between. It's got to be either 5 or 10 with a storage. So if you do put a big system that's 10,000 kilowatts, whether you're overproducing or underproducing, you have to buy a battery. It's just part of the rules. So every utility has different rules.
So can you put solar on any piece of land? Like, does it have to be a house?
No, you
Like-
can, if you own acres of land and you have a way to tie into the grid, then we can put, it's called a ground mount. We will literally build it.
Let's say somebody owns a business, and obviously they have to have their bills paid, right? They have to have the light on, all that stuff. Gets expensive, especially at a shop because you're at a bigger location and whatnot. Can they put solar panels on top of their building?
Of course, bro. Have you ever seen Walmart's, Fry's? Probably you don't notice it, but all those shade structures that you see, ASU, Walmart's, Fry's, they all have solar panels.
Oh,
and
those
they're
are solar panels
Those
at
are
ASU?
solar panels. Yes,
Oh,
bro.
shit. That's
If
crazy.
you look up, you will physically see that they're squares in their panels, and you'll see the inverters hanging on the poles, like almost every other pole, because that's exactly what it is. It's a commercial building. It's huge systems, and the sun comes out every day.
So this is more like a long-term investment.
Bro, it's a huge long-term investment, and you're in the green immediately because the day that your house gets installed, your home value goes up almost dollar for dollar on your system, which is, your return of investment is immediate. It's not like buying, a lawnmower and starting a lawn business. You're not going to get paid back after 10 lawns. No, this is immediately.
That makes sense because, you're in reality, you're not losing any money.
No.
You're gonna get that money back if you decide to sell your house. You get your money back.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's funny they say that because real estate has slowed down here in our area. And I actually work with 3 different real estate agents that have been doing it for 15 plus years. And now they're selling solar because they had a misconception. They didn't want to sell solar before or sell any houses with solar because they thought it'd be hard to sell. But now that they understand how it works, it's a fucking selling point. You're telling somebody, if I'm selling you my house and I tell you, hey, this thing's got a paid off system, your bill never passes $25. You're like, what? It's a 2,000 square foot home and I'm only paying $20 a month for utility?
Yeah.
Wait, my 1,500 square foot home, I was paying like $300. Well, guess what, bro? You're buying a efficient home. And yeah, they're gonna tie in the price of the system, but it's not. It's a no-brainer, bro.
Right,
These are
right.
laid down deals because the only way it's a bad deal is if somebody oversells you the system, then you're overpaying for it, which it happens a lot. There's people walking up to these older couples or older people and just convincing them to sign, and they're paying for something that is gonna outlive them, and they're paying forever.
Well, that's almost like with anything, right? If you decide to buy a car from a dealership, you can get screwed right away. But if
Exactly.
you know somebody, like I'm
Exactly.
going to mention Rafa from Phoenix Legit, if he takes care of people, and just like him, you're taking care of your clients.
Exactly.
So that's why it's important to know somebody that you can trust.
It's funny you bring that up, bro. I actually went to Rafa and we built him a system.
Nice.
Yeah, he should be going solar soon too. He's in a great area. He's got a beautiful home. It's big. He uses a lot of power, even though it's not a lot of people. It's it's a big house. So I explained it to him, just like I'm explaining to you, and he's like, "Well, it makes sense, And you pay off the system, and you don't have to worry about anything,
Right.
And a lot of this stuff is maintenance free. It's still man-made, so obviously stuff will go wrong. But that's why I'm the person you're dealing with. Like, you're not just waiting for somebody to knock on your door, a kid that learned a speech, learned how to sell,
Right.
and is convincing you to sign paperwork. No, you're going to Jon, who is the guy that knows solar, has been knowing solar, and everything happens for a reason in a timely manner. That's why I say, like, I wish I would have been selling 5 years ago. I'd probably be a millionaire by now. But it's okay. I have the experience now. I'll be a millionaire, soon. It's fine.
Right. Well, if you continue to help people, that's just gonna the universe is gonna reward you in return. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like for the people that want to get into selling solar, right? Because I'm sure there's a ton of sales guys, and I told you earlier before we started again that there's a guy that came to my house trying to put me on solar. His whole spiel or whatever, his pitch was just way off. It just didn't interest me, right?
So he lost your interest off of his speech.
Off of his pitch, right? It's
And
just
his
starting
pitch was
off.
something that somebody trained him how to do.
Right. It's just sounded scripted.
Yeah, exactly. And you caught it. You physically listened to him and you're like, this is a scripted fucking thing that he's telling me. He's pitching it to me. He wants me to buy it. I never reach people like that. Number one, I'm a self-generated leads. Like all my leads are coming to me. So immediately the ball's in my court. If you've been seeing my stories, my posts, everything solar, Jon this, Jon that,
Yep.
So you're already interested. I caught your attention. You're coming to me. It's like, yo, Jon, what's up with this solar thing? Bro, you just handed me the ball. The ball's in my court.
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. I'm never once going to tell you, oh, yeah, Chris, let me sell you a system. Nah. Bro, let's look at your home. Let's see, there's government incentives. There's tax incentives. There's tax credits. The government is giving everybody 30% of their solar loan and a tax credit just for going solar. Like, solar is booming, bro. It's so crazy. Like, you might not see it because you're not really into it, but after you sit down with me, once you leave, you're going to notice how many residential homes have solar, even just in your neighborhood.
No. I've noticed how many homes get solar. Like, even in Maricopa, there's a tons of houses that have solar. And so what do you say to the people, like, because I've talked to people and I've asked, because I told you, I don't know anything about solar, but I've had people say, like, it looks ugly on my home. Is there a way to decorate the solar panels to make it to where you like the appearance of the home still?
So that's a good thing that you bring that up, because I have had people ask me that, like, you know what, I want the savings, but I hate how it looks. First of all, the best place to put the solar on is going to be on your south-facing roof. Not all homes are facing south. Some of them are, some of them not. That might be the front of your house. That might be the back of your house. If it's the front of your house and you don't like how it looks, do you want to save money, first of all, by going solar, or, do you want to keep spending the money? Second of all, there's carports. You can build a shade structure. Like, if you have a driveway, let's build you a shade structure. Let's put solar panels on it. Call it a ground mount. Now you got a shade structure.
Okay.
And you're producing. And you don't, because I actually have a buddy of mine that posted his bill, and it was like $1,300. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I just spent $50,000 on my roof. I don't want to put solar on it. It looks ugly. I'm like, let's build you a carport. Like, I understand, some people just don't care. They got the money and they're fine with it. They could be paying $2,000, but the increased percentage is 5 to 8%. So that guy is young. He's like in his early 20s. By the time he's 35, he's gonna be paying so much in utility, bro. It's gonna be money wasted.
Right.
When you could have just bought a solar system and paid it off and never have to worry about utility, because the sun ain't going nowhere.
Right.
The sun is not gonna go nowhere. And if anything happens to your system, it's fixable. We fix it, you're right back up and running.
Is there a warranty for something like that?
Yeah, of course. So all the systems I sell through Tate have a 25-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. So basically, anything. Your roof has a roof leak, panels break. If you're like in those little communities with golf balls go through them all the time. Kids throw rocks. Anything that stops your system from producing what we told you it was going to produce, it's fixed, and it's zero money out of pocket.
See, that's very important. So now people have that peace of mind knowing I got an investment, I'm making this payments. Eventually it's gonna be pay off. It's paying for itself in reality, right? But now it's like, if anything happens to my solar panels, it's 100% covered, no charge to them.
Yeah, and that matters, bro. Actually, last week, everybody knows I do solar, so I get calls every day. Somebody called me and said, hey, I know this guy that's got a solar system. He's having some issues. Can you give him a call? He didn't give me much insight. I called the dude, and he's like, bro, I bought the system 2 years ago from a small solar company. I financed it. Now I am making payments on it, and it hasn't been turned on, and it's been 2 years. The company disappeared. I don't have nobody to sue. He said, John, just come fix it. I show up to the house. Everything's done wrong. Everything,
Oh.
It's an incomplete work, and he's making payments every single month.
Yeah.
So now he has a utility bill, and he has a solar bill, and he's not saving money.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So now I have to resubmit plans. I have to, create plans, resubmit plans, get permits, and go back and, do the stuff for him. He says, I don't care what it's going to cost me, just get it done. So that's another reason why people go through me for solar. I know what it is. So even if your system does break in 10 years, I have had my Facebook since 2008, and I have never once deleted it or unfriended people. So if I sold you something in 2008, which I probably did, trucks or something, they still have me.
Yeah.
So that gives you a peace of mind. Like, you can always
you're not
call
going
John.
nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
I am literally a active member of this community. Like, I will expand my gym and I will expand my solar to the point where you every day see some type of marketing for me, and it's my face, because I have nothing to hide.
And I love that about you, bro, because I do see you a lot on my Facebook. I got you a friend on Facebook, right? And you do a lot of marketing on Facebook. You're always on camera with your phone, whether it's professional or not, but you're always on camera and educating your clients, telling your audience what it is that you're doing on site. This is what we're doing. We're installing solar panels with, so and so. You're always on there educating. And how important is that for somebody, not just selling solar panel, but for anybody?
Bro, I think that's big. I tell people I'm real organic. You know, it's true. What you get, that's how I am. You know, if you might meet somebody and be like, oh damn, they were not as cool in person as they were. You know, it's like a fake it till you make it type of thing. Like, nah, that's really me, bro. Like, a lot of people confuse confidence with cockiness.
Right.
I'm not cocky, bro. I know what I'm good at and I know how to do it, but I'm confident in my work. You know, and it's this thing I read this probably when I was like 15. It's like you can't always get what you wish for, but you can always get what you work for. And I'm not afraid of work. Like I have work ethic on lockdown, bro. Like I am confident enough to say that my work ethic is unmatchable. And it's like every room I walk into, I make a loud entrance without even saying a word.
Yeah, you can just feel the energy in there.
Yes. I walk in and you're going to feel my energy. If you have good aura, you're going to feel me bounce right off of it. Like it's just going to be like, yo, who the hell is this guy? You know, like, why is he here? And it's funny because this company, Tate Solar Power, they're huge. They have about 27 to 30 crews. That means they're putting up solar panels every day. 30 homes are going solar almost every day. And every time I come out to these installs, there's always one guy that knows me. Last week I went up, you know, I talked to the guys, and I had never seen this guy, but he said, I've seen you somewhere. I've seen you somewhere. Like, I'm like, probably on social media. He's like, yeah, I have seen you. He's like, I know who you are. He's like, I heard about you. You got a gym, right? I was like, yeah, that's me. He's like, damn, okay, I know who you are. You worked at Tesla. Every single job site I've been at, there's at least one guy, and these guys are new guys. I've only been doing solar for a couple years.
Right.
But they've heard about me because, you know, I've been in the solar industry for so long, bro, and now there's a ton of solar companies. There's a ton of competition, and, you know, I love to say everybody eats. Well, guess what? The sun comes out for everybody. So I am in no competition with nobody. You can start selling solar tomorrow, bro. We're not going to compete. I have my own clientele. You have your own clientele.
Right.
And the sun comes out every day, and there's tons and tons of people that need to be educated on solar. Like, it's not selling them anything. It's not a pitch. It's literally explaining to them how solar works and how the utility is just going to keep rising and why they're homeowners. Why won't they own their power?
How is solar typically sold? Because I see you on social media a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does your company tell you to get on social media?
They don't tell you. You know, it's not because I'm not a W-2 employee.
Okay.
You know? I'm a 1099, so I can do whatever I want. I hang out at my gym all day if I want to, or I can go into the office all day.
Okay.
But again, I eat, you know, what I kill. So I'm trying to kill every day. You know, if you sell one solar system a week, you're making between 170 and 200K a year. And, you know, that's not working 80 hours a week, slaving myself.
Right.
You're literally, you know, I'm doing what I love. I enjoy talking to people. I'm huge on people. I love, you know, building proposals. Like, it trips me out. Till this day, I look at these savings and I'm like, damn, like, you really could save so much money by just going solar today. And, you know, I tell people, shop around. Shop around. I'm not selling you on savings. I'm selling you on education, what I do.
Right.
You know, what I know. And same thing goes for like these, you know, these guys that the system I told you about that got all done wrong. I explained to him that my rate is $200 an hour. So whether I just got to go there and put in one wire, you know, I'm not selling him my time that I'm spending on his house. I'm selling him the time that I have under my belt. So I'm 12 years experience.
Yep.
So if I'm there, you know, because somebody told him about me, the same way whoever told him to call me told him like, hey, this guy knows the shit. Call him. Because he could literally Google any electrical company, any solar company, and just have somebody at his house the next day.
Right.
But he trusted whoever told him and gave him my number, so now he's trusting me. And he said, whatever you got to do, John, I don't care about the money. Put my system on. I want to go solar.
Yeah.
And this is a person that's had a system on his house for 2 years. Imagine in those 2 years, how many people he talked out of going solar. Don't fucking do it.
Right,
I had the worst experience.
Well, just like I said, the guy who came to my house and tried to tell me, like, I was just like, man, like, I wasn't thinking about going solar. Now that you talk to me, I definitely don't want to go solar. Just because he's just putting a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, now imagine if you were paying a loan every single month and still paying your APS or SRP utility bill.
Right.
He probably turned so many people away from solar, but because he doesn't know, and, you know, unfortunately somebody got him and they disappeared, they went under, bankrupt or whatever, and he's stuck on this loan and they never even completed the job.
Yeah, and not only that, but number one, he's knocking on my door. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, right? He's just coming to my door and he's trying to sell me on something. Like, I'm not, hello? You know what I'm saying? You're not knocking on my door. You're on social media educating people before you even offer them anything.
Yep.
So that's what separates you apart from anyone else that's trying to sell solar, is that you're educating your audience and the audience is contacting you. You're not contacting them. You're not hitting people up on Messenger.
Exactly.
You know, hey, you want solar? No,
Nope.
you're showing your audience what it is, how it works, how you can help them, how it benefits them, and then people that are interested start to contact you. And I feel like that's what separates you from everybody else that's trying to sell solar.
Bro, 1,000%. That's what separates me. Technically, I'm a door-to-door salesman. You know, a lot of people in the solar industry, that's how you make money. You know, you want to make money, you can literally do it by knocking, you know, the rate is what? Even if it's 10%, you knock 100 doors, you might talk to 10 people.
Right.
And out of those 10 people, even if you sell 2 people, you're making 10 grand, you know? And that's from knocking 100 doors, which you could do in a couple hours. It's not an 8 to 5 type of thing.
Right.
But the way I look at it, like, cool, you can knock 100 doors. I can knock 100 doors, not physically speaking, but talk to 100 people off of one video. You know, I look at my views, and I have 3,000 views on a solar video that I shot last month.
Yeah.
Out of those 3,000 people, like, you know, how many people shared it? How many people liked it? How many people commented on
It
it?
spreads like wildfire.
Exactly. And then it's like people always talk to me like, yo, John, I got somebody that is interested in solar, but they heard this is bad and that's bad. Said people put a bad name on solar because they don't know what it is, or they had a bad experience.
Right.
But I go beyond solar, bro. I've been selling trucks for, 15 years. I've been doing wheels and tires for the last 8 years. I've been doing, the gym for the last 4 years. So when I come to you and tell you like, yo, you're gonna get this solar system on your home, you're already trusting me.
Exactly. And why do you think that is?
Because I have honest work, bro.
Yeah.
I have never had anybody come back to me, and it's funny because I own the gym and I have trainers come and go. People come and go. It's very hard to be a full-time personal trainer. A lot of people can't afford it. You don't make enough money to be full-time training, so you just get a job and you leave.
Right.
I have had maybe 10, 15 trainers. Some of them have gone and some of them have came back because they go to other gyms and these people are just, the vibe is different. A lot of people are just trying to make their money and not paying them enough, and they're struggling to make a living.
Right.
And not one single trainer that has ever worked for me has left, with a bad taste in their mouth. They all still follow me on social media. They all still hit me up if they need wheels and tires. They all still, will talk to me like nothing happened.
Right.
We're human. I get it. Maybe you outgrew my gym and you found a better opportunity, or maybe you just went under it. You couldn't afford it, so you got a job and you're working somewhere again. You got a 9 to 5. It's not for everybody. Being an entrepreneur is hard, and anybody that is personal training full time, that's exactly how it falls. So that's just huge for me. Like,
Right.
It's something that not everybody can do.
Do you think people are born with a gift to be an entrepreneur, or do you think people can evolve to be an entrepreneur?
Nah, bro. I think you're born with it. I think ever since I was a kid, bro, I was like 5 and I was hustling. I have a 7-year-old. He goes to school and he invites everybody. Hey, my dad has a gym. You should come work out at Flex Society.
Yeah.
They need wheels and tires. He'll literally mention ice creams, wheels and tires to his teachers.
Yeah.
Like, and I think they're born with it. They see it in me. That's what they see every day. So they're like, shit, that's what they do. But when I was 10, I wanted to hustle. I wanted to make money. I was trading Pokemon cards,
Nice.
2 for 1, because I knew that one was better. Like, I was doing it before I could even be
Before
trained
you
on
even
money,
knew,
bro.
right,
Like, I
right.
didn't know what anything was. I didn't realize what life was. I was just a kid. And then I've put people under my wing that are so negative that it just kills the vibe. Like, people will literally tell me like, oh, bro, I want to do what you do. I want to do. So, bro, come on. I'll show you the way. Like, I'm not telling you that you're going to be me because I'm me and, not everybody can be exactly like you. Bro, if there was fucking 5 Johns, bro, I'd be stupid rich. If I could duplicate myself, even just 3 of myself, bro, I would be doing so much because there's so many things going on in my head that I physically can't wrap my hands around.
Right.
I'm already busy with what I do. I have children, I have jobs, I have, installs, I have service jobs. Like, I have so much going on. I would have multiple gyms, People ask me all the time, open a gym on the west side, open a gym on the west side. They don't realize that my gym's about to go on 4 years, and the beginning of this gym was all me.
Yeah.
I was the only trainer. I was the only person here. I can open 10 of these, but there's not 10 Johns to attend all 10 gyms.
Right.
So it's not going to bring in the same revenue, And same thing for, solar. Like, I could build a little team. I could pay people, I could tell you, hey, bro, go get me some bills and I'll give you $1,000 for every deal I close. But not everybody wants to see Chris. They want to see John.
Exactly.
So that's why it's hard. And I feel like you have to be born with it. Like, it's a fucking gift. If you can run it. And the reason why I say this, Because when you're an entrepreneur, bro, you will fall down and hit rock bottom just as many times as you will fucking succeed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't take that. A lot of people can't fall on their fucking face, fall on their ass, and get back up.
Yeah.
A lot of people will stay there and stay comfortable because they'll fucking find a security blanket on the floor right where they fell on their ass, put it over themselves and say, hey, my bills are paid, I'm cool. Bro, the more money I make, the more money I want to make. The more people I talk to, the more people I want to fucking interact with. I want to network, bro. There's been times where I am not home all weekend for like 5 weekends in a row, and I miss being home. But it's like a fucking energy where like I had productive weekends.
Yeah.
I did no fucking laundry because, you know, I was out every single weekend, and people see my stories and think, yo, oh shit, you're always on vacation, you're doing this. Like, bro, I don't make anything unless it's a money move. I will not go. I can't even remember when's the last time I fucking took a vacation. I shut my phone off and I can't do it, bro. Because to me, time is money.
Yeah.
And if I don't respond to a DM, if I don't respond to a text, a phone call, you know, like there's been times where I'm driving on the highway, bro, and I'm signing somebody up through my phone onto the gym.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy because you say that because I think I'm the same way. Like I have to be doing something. Like if I don't have, let's say I don't, like for the detail shop, we don't have any details, or if I'm not doing this with my clients, recording something, and I'm just at home, I'm like calling my clients like, yo, can we record something? Can we do something? You know, I'm trying to move something. I'm trying to do something. I can't sit at home and do nothing, right?
Do you think you were born with it, or do you think that you learned?
Honestly, no. I think I was born with it.
Okay,
I think
so you agree with me.
That's
something you're
I
born
believe
with.
that you have to be born with it, because there's people, I have friends that want to do what I'm doing, and I literally show them what to do. It's not hard, bro. It's not hard. It's discipline. That's probably the hardest part, is the discipline part, right? But doing what we do is not hard. But they just can't wrap their minds around it.
Bro, there's 15 sales reps in my office, and all of them ask me, how do you get self-generated leads? And I tell them, I put myself on camera every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate doing that. Then go knock 100 doors, dog. That's literally going to be the only way you're going to make money, you know? Because if not, you're not going to make money.
Yeah.
And then knocking doors, there's renters, there's people that, you know, will greet you with a gun. There's people that, I've done all that. You know, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not afraid to work, because as I'm being a salesman, I will do, you know, I have a bunch of friends that are contractors. I have a roofing buddy that he always runs into these systems that are, you know, they're already owned. And if he's doing the roof, which goes right back to the beginning, they should have done the roof before they did the solar, or at the same time. The sales rep was uneducated. He just sold him something to make his profit. He could have sold him a new roof and solar, but he was just like, oh, buy the solar off me, sign here, I'll make my money.
Yeah.
I won't do that. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that do that. And then as a homeowner, you have to pay somebody to remove the system. Well, guess what? 99% of roofers don't know shit about electrical or solar. You know?
Yeah.
So, and 90% of electricians don't know shit about solar because it's DC energy. It's not AC. If you go to school to become a certified electrician, you're a journeyman, you know AC. You have nothing to do with DC. This is a whole nother region.
Yeah.
So he calls me like, yo, John, I got these many panels I got to get removed, and I'm going to do the roof, and then you come back and redo it. I still physically go out there and get dirty, bro. I still have work boots.
Yeah.
You know, I got nice dress-up shoes, I got gym shoes, and I got work boots. I still put on my work boots. Like, I'm not afraid to knock on doors. That's light work.
Right.
But I work smarter, not harder. So why would I not just shoot a video and get 100 views in 1 minute, then knock 100 doors? That's
Right.
going to take me 2 hours.
Yeah, and social media is very powerful. Like you said, there's people that do knock doors and spend hours at a neighborhood knocking on doors. And those are all cold leads.
Yep.
And and you know as well as I know, those are the worst kind of leads.
Yeah.
You need to warm them up. And
Yep.
that's what you're doing via social media, explaining what you're doing. You know, you get
They're
people
coming in
warmed
hot,
up, you
bro.
educate them, and they come in hot once they ask you, like, hey, like, if they ask you, hey, what is this? They're already warmed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just heat them up, you cook them up, right? But I mean, that's just the importance of social media. And a lot of people don't understand that own businesses. Social media is a huge key to success if you're going to continue in it. Because we're, like you said, we're in the future, and
Yeah.
social media is the future.
Yeah, bro. Literally.
Nobody's reading the newspaper, bro.
Nobody's reading the newspaper. Everybody wakes up. They got a phone in their hand. First thing they do is look on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It's everyone's using social media as promotion. There's paid ads on every form of social media. So why wouldn't you feed off of that? You know?
Right.
And you know, like people ask me all the time, like, hey, John, I want to go solar, but I live in Georgia. Can you help me? Yeah, of course I can. You know, I'm not going to physically go out to the house and do an inspection or an energy assessment, but hey, this is what I need. Real simple, basic information. What's your utility company? What's your usage? First name, last name, email, phone number.
Right.
And then I'm going to come at you with a proposal that's a very strong proposal, and that comes with education. A lot of people will tell me, hey, bro, here's my info. Can you email me the amount? No. I refuse to just send you an email with a price on it. You have to give me 10 minutes of your time, and we will sit down, whether it's at a coffee shop, whether it's at my gym. I've done closes here at my gym. I've had people come to my gym, his wife, his family, his kids. I explain to them how solar works, and they take it. I've met people at coffee shops. I've met people via Zoom. I've literally just talked on the phone. All I ask is 10 minutes of your time, because I'm not just going to send you something that has numbers and you just be like, I don't need that loan. I'll just keep paying APS $500 a month.
Exactly, because it's like going back to like sales 101. Before you give a price, you need to give them the value first.
Yeah.
If they don't see no value, and if you give them the price before they see the value, you've already lost that sale. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yep.
You need to give them the value first.
Yep. So I refuse to just send over proposals. I will literally talk to them over a phone call, in person, whatever. And then once we've gone through all that, then I tell them like, yes, this is what it's going to cost you, but look at how much this makes sense.
Right.
You know? And if you're financing, it's not costing you anything until 3 months after it's installed. So it's not like one day you'll have two bills. Right. Oh, today I'm going to have to pay my solar and my utility bill from last month. No, it's all already in consideration. So you're literally going to be doing good, and you're literally doing a bill swap. 99% of the time, your solar bill is cheaper than your electric bill. So you're already winning. I'm telling you, you're in the green the day you sign, bro.
Okay.
So it's
that's
huge.
That's fucking amazing, bro. Honestly. And here's the question, bro. For the people that want to start a business or that are believe that they're entrepreneurs, they want to do something, what kind of advice do you have for them? Because I know a lot of people they're looking at this podcast and they want to hear, what is John going to say to motivate me today?
Oh man,
like what do you got for them,
bro? I tell people, because I get that question all the time. I tell people, go for it, but you know, don't be dumb. Have a plan of attack, have a backup plan, and be ready to fall on your ass. Because, dude, like people see, like I mentioned earlier, 90% of my life is on social media. That 10%, I don't post my failures.
Right.
I don't post when I fail. I don't deny them.
Right.
If you ask me if I failed, bro, I failed plenty of times. I failed at every aspect of life. But that's why I'm 30 years old and I look at shit differently. Right. I see people my age, bro, that are so babied, that have never lived through shit, that I'm like, this goes beyond business. This is life.
Right.
Like I have literally took on life from the time I was a kid. You know, I didn't live with my mom after I was 11, you know? And then I moved into my mom's again at 25 because I fucking fell on my ass. I hit rock bottom and I had no choice but to ask if I could live with her. I lived with her for a year, and then I, you know, got myself a place, started myself a business, you know, then everything got repaid. I fully respect my mother, but I wasn't raised by my mother. So to me, it's not like going home. You know, I didn't go back to my childhood home. Right. No, she has a whole new family, kids, husband, and I respect them. But, you know, I was there, I was paying rent, helped me get on my feet. So it's like, if you're not ready to fail, you're not ready to succeed. And if you're not ready for people to talk bad on you or, you know, talk shit or hate, then you're not ready for success. You have to physically know that day one, if you decide to, you know, start a business, whether it's fucking painting rocks and selling them or selling cars, you know, a small dealership, you have to know that there's going to be hard times. And if you don't have the mentality to surpass those hard times multiple times, you're not going to succeed. You know,
dude,
people fail one time
and
then give up. Bro, you know how many times I have literally been told, close the gym.
Yeah.
You know how much equipment I have in this gym that I could sell and I will be above water. Like I will have so much money in my bank account if I sell every piece of equipment in here. But then I won't have my, you know, my gym revenuing every month. I won't have, you know, the feeling that I know that I have my gym. There's times, bro, where I'm like, oh man, I wish my gym was bigger. I wish it was better. I wish it was badder. And then I walk up in here and I'm like, I take 2 steps back and I'm like, I own this bitch.
Yeah.
This is fucking mine. Like there's so much equipment in here. There's so much memories in here. So much lives have changed in here, bro. I have multiple people that have lost over 100 pounds and literally been told by their doctor that if they don't lose weight, they're gonna fucking die in their 20s. come in here, lose 100 pounds. Diabetes goes away. Fucking cholesterol goes away. You feel better. You look better. And this is one thing I always tell people on my social media is like, from the time I wake up, because, you know, I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm not rushing to wake up.
Right.
I wake up to take my kids to school. First thing I do is come to the gym and I get my workout in. Body right, mind right, pockets right. That's the code I live by every single day. If I wake up and my mind is right, you know, I woke up, I'm already on a good side. I'm already like, yo, I woke up today, I didn't fucking die in my sleep. Good. Now I got to get my body right. Once I physically feel right, like I come work out, get my cardio in, do a little pump, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good. Then the pockets just flow because I'm already in the right mindset and I'm already in the right, physically, I'm ready to tackle anything, you know? You might be one of those homeowners that you don't want to talk to me about it. Like, you're interested in solar, but you're like, I'm a fucking hard ass. Well, guess what, buddy? I just worked out this morning. I'm just as fucking hard as you are.
Right.
You know? And I'm going to educate you and I'm going to show you how it's going to benefit you, whether it's a gym membership for $50 or a solar system on their house.
Right.
And then my pockets just flow. Pocket stays flowing. One thing I always tell people is money is attracted to me, bro. I get jobs everywhere I go. People physically offer me jobs. And, you know, there's this dude, he's a contractor, he's making a ton of money, and he offered me a job. He wants me to be part of his team. And he said, hey, I talked to this millionaire, and he told me I need to put all the puzzles together so I can build my puzzle, and I'll be fucking rich. I said, well, bro, I can't be part of your puzzle because I'm trying to build mine.
Right.
You know, like, I love it, and I appreciate the fact that you want me to work for you. But if I work for you, I'm going to take away from my puzzle. My empire is never going to be complete because it's missing the fucking backbone, the spine.
Right.
That's me, bro. Like, I am my logo. This is me on the fucking shirt.
Yeah.
You know, I physically sell myself, bro. Like, people want Jon, you know? And
you are the brand.
yeah, bro. I branded myself, and that's, you know, I'm happy with it. I branded myself in everything that I do because I'm willing. Like I said earlier, I don't have nothing to hide. I will show my face in front of anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a fucking car I'm selling you, a solar system, or a gym membership, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I will literally talk to everybody about it, and I have no doubt about it. I understand not every deal is a closed deal. Some people need, you know, to go another way. I get it. There's other gyms. There's other solar companies.
Right.
You know, there's other people just as good as I am, you know, but they ain't Jon.
Right. They ain't Jon.
They ain't Jon.
Do you ever feel like slumped? Like maybe I don't want to say depressed, but in you ever get a mindset where you're just like in a hole kind of? Like, you ever feel like that?
Yeah, bro.
How do you get out of that?
Everybody has bad moments. Here's the thing. What would you say that? If you felt like that today, what would you say it was?
I don't know.
So if you went home at the end of the day and you're like, you know what, we had a shitty podcast with Jon. I'm feeling, you know, the feeling that you just explained to me. What would you say that?
Well, I'm saying like let's say for somebody that has a business, right? And if they feel like, damn, like this really is not working. Like, I feel like it's not working. It might be working, but they have a feeling like, dude, like, I don't understand what's going on.
Just negative thinking.
Just a negative thought. Like, you ever feel like that?
I have bad moments, bro. I'm human, you know. I have bad moments. I have life, you know. Shit that's outside of my control gets to me, just like everybody else. If it's not in your control, there's nothing you can do about it. It's all fucking mental, bro. It's all your mindset.
Right.
You know, I never have bad days. I never have a bad day.
It's just
you
how people interpret it.
Yes, bro. I will never say, oh, shit, I had a bad day. No. I have tiring days and I have bad moments. But nothing is holding me 24 hours bad. There's no reason why anybody should say you had a bad day.
Right.
You might have a bad moment. If you walk through that door and you trip and you fucking chip your tooth, that's a bad moment. I get it. But you're good. You're going to go fix your tooth and you're going to fucking be all right. There's no reason why you should go to sleep with this mindset like, damn, today was a fucking bad day. Like, nah, bro. You had a bad moment and you have to take that bad moment and correct it and learn from it. Another thing I always tell people, you know, there's wins and losses.
Right.
People always say that. I don't take no fucking losses, bro. I can't remember when's the last time I lost. I can't even lose 5 pounds, dog. You know, like, I don't lose weight because I don't like to take a loss.
Right.
I take lessons. My L's are all lessons. Every L I ever took was a lesson and made me a better me. And every win I took, I fucking took a trophy. You know, like, I won.
Yeah.
I won one. Like, I'm big on winning. And I'm big on lessons, too. It's a fucking lesson learned. It's never a loss, bro. I can't remember when's the last time I fucking lost. I don't lose, bro.
Dude, I fucking love that, bro.
I'm a winner, dog.
People are gonna love this.
I'm a fucking winner, bro. I'm a winner. I win at everything that I do, and you know, I will always tell you I'm the fucking hardest worker in the room. Sometimes, you know, I'm tapped out on fucking IG because I'm done with it. But just because you don't see me, you know, like the less you see me, the more I'm doing.
Right.
And I will bust out, you know, later and tell you guys what happened. But I'm fucking winning, bro. Like every day I win. I win at fucking life, dog.
Right.
You know?
So I guess for the people that have that feeling where like, damn, like I'm not doing as good as other people are doing, is don't feel bad, because people don't show their struggles on social media. Like I've struggled, bro. I've been to rock bottom plenty of times, and no one ever knew, right? No one ever knew. I'm sure you've hit rock bottom a few times.
Oh, yes.
I talked to Rafa. He's hit rock bottom, and I mean, he went to zero. Like they took his bank account, right? He mentioned it on his podcast.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking knew. Only his close ones knew, right?
Yeah.
But don't ever think like other people don't have rock bottoms.
Everyone.
Just know that people, you know, there's ways out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's how you
It's a mindset, bro.
It's how you get back
I think
on
it's a
your feet.
mindset.
Yeah.
I think it's a mindset, and I've always told this, you know, like ever since I was a kid, bro. I was with my first ex, my first baby mom, for fucking 8 years, bro. We were kids. We were literally like 15 years old up till we were like, you know, 23, 24. Like we were kids, and I would always tell her like, it don't matter where I go, what job I do. There's no reason why I should be there for more than 6 months without getting a promotion, getting a raise, and learning every aspect of that job. Because every job you're doing it every day, right? So you should be getting better at it every day. You should never be comfortable in what you're doing. I don't care if you work at a factory, you know, packing potatoes in a sack. You should get better at it. You know?
You should see progress.
Yes. So that's one thing. Like, my ex till this day, she tells me like, she's like, anybody that I know, if anybody's gonna make it, it's gonna be you. Like, she's like, you know, and we're 30 years old, bro. She's met a lot of people in her days. She's had a lot of boyfriends. She's, you know, she's engaged now and has a baby happily, you know.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. But she still can't say like, damn, there's a lot of dudes like Jon, you know, like that motherfucker makes it happen. And that's how I am,
There's
bro.
not a lot of people like you, man.
I agree.
You're a rare breed, bro.
I tell people all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Very, very fucking rare. Nothing brings me down. Nothing will tear me down. The worst time I hit rock bottom, I will never go back to that, bro. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I took my fucking L, and I learned it, and, you know, I studied it, and I studied it over and over again. So now anything I do, I will never end up in that same spot, you know?
Yeah, I feel like we need those tough times in our life, bro. That we need that rock bottom, bro. Because that's how we learn. We learn from mistakes. We learn from failures, man. A lot of people, like you said, like they're scared from that. If you're not ready to fail, then you can't succeed. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to fail more than once, too.
Right.
You know?
It's gonna be. I mean, failure is gonna come with success.
I believe it. I lived it, bro.
Yeah.
I lived it. I've failed a lot of fucking things,
Right.
but I've succeeded in a lot of things. And at the end of the day, when I lay in my fucking bed, you know, I know for a fact I'm going to sleep a winner, and I'm going to fucking wake up a winner. Like, I might have had a bad moment. Something failed. Something didn't go as planned. Whatever the case may be, bro, I'm never like, shit, today was a bad day.
Right.
You know, fuck no. Because if you go to sleep with that mindset, you're going to wake up with that mindset. You don't want that mindset. You want to wake up fucking happy and ready to fucking tackle whatever it is, bro. And that's literally how I wake up every day. People ask me, how are you always smiling? How you got so much energy in the morning? I'm like, bro, how you not smiling?
Right.
You woke up. You could have fucking had people at your bed literally putting you in a fucking body bag.
Not only that, but like you smile, bro. That's an energy that you're bringing to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I believe that like heavily, bro. Like you do positive shit, you think positive stuff, and positive things gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? You put a smile on your face. That's an energy that you're bringing to yourself. You know, if you're frowning, you're always down, saying negative stuff, you're bringing that energy to yourself. You know what I
believe
mean?
that. I always tell people, bro, I'm a big believer in karma. I believe in karma. So, you know, I love to give good aura because I know it's going to come back. I smile at strangers. I'll pay for somebody's energy drinks at Quick Trip. You know, I'll do like little random shit like that.
Yeah.
That's never mentioned.
Yeah.
Or I don't have to like, disclose it. I'm not like, oh, guess what I did today? I paid for
you're not on
somebody's drinks.
social media.
Actually, I did that yesterday. That's the reason why I brought it up.
Right.
I bought somebody's Red Bulls at QT yesterday.
Yeah.
And just for the fuck of it, you know, like, what it cost me, $3-4? It's whatever. And it was for no fucking reason. It wasn't, you know, like me hitting on a person. It was literally just a person behind me. You know, she had some Red Bulls and I put some up and I was like, charge me for hers too.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy because every time I go out to eat, right, anywhere that has to do with like tipping, like say I go to eat at a restaurant,
That's
like
a perfect
Cheesecake
example.
or Barrows or something like that, right? I always tip the bill, and I'm never on social media like, oh look, I just tipped the bill. But every time I go out to eat, I always tip the bill. Why? I don't need to. I have the means to though.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to bless somebody's day.
So do you always do that?
I always do that,
Regardless of service.
regardless of the service.
See, I don't do that. I have to have good service.
Well, I mean, it depends. If they fuck up my service, then it's like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, if I have a good time and this, I'm having a blessed day, regardless if I'm having a blessed day or not, actually, I still do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to have the means to do it, right? But I believe in that because I remember once we ordered borrows at our shop, and some dude came. We ordered like 4 or 5 pizzas, and I think the ticket was like $140, and I was like, fuck it. So I just tipped the bill and gave it to him.
Yeah.
Dude came back and started fucking crying, dude, because he needed the money.
Yeah.
I've had that multiple times. Even when I go to restaurants, like I go to Texas Roadhouse a lot. I've had people cry, and it's a weird feeling to me because I'm not used to people crying on my shoulder. But it's a good feeling that knowing that I've actually blessed their life. Yeah, I don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going through.
I love that because that's currency. You're literally giving somebody money that could fucking change their life, even if it's just $100.
Right.
And it goes right back to what you said, I smile at people. You never know what that person's going through, and you literally smiling at somebody can literally fucking make their day.
100%.
And I've seen it lots and lots of times, bro, because I shake people's hands, I shake people's hands, ask people how they're doing. People ask me, how's my day? And every day I say the same thing, another day in paradise.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I'm fucking here. Are we in paradise? No, we're in fucking hell, bro. It's hot as shit in Arizona. We're nowhere near paradise.
Right.
But I tell them that shit like every day, like it's my fucking paradise.
Yeah.
Right here, right now, we're in the fucking iron paradise, bro.
Yeah.
There's plates around us. It smells like fucking steel, like people sweating. We had the boxing in the morning, the girls, the group training in the morning. Like, oh, well, to me, that's paradise, bro.
100%, bro. And I mean, we all have control of, we don't have control of where we start, but we have control of where we end.
Bro, one thing I always say is, I was born poor, but I'll be fucking damned if I die poor.
Right.
Because I have my whole lifetime to make all the fucking money I can, and I'm not gonna die poor. Exactly. Unless I die today. If I die today, I died poor. You'll fucking know. Right. But if I make it past...
But you die happy, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's what's controllable is what you do with yourself. If you got the work ethic, you can control it.
Yeah.
I get it. Not everybody wins the lottery. Shit, I don't even fucking play the lottery, bro. I'm huge on luck. I fucking hate it. I don't have any good luck. And this might be why, because I always speak it, that I have the worst luck.
Right.
Actually, you remember that car show you threw at your shop?
Yeah.
And you were giving away free raffle tickets?
Right.
Bro, I didn't win shit. And all the people in my car club were winning.
Dude,
back to back.
There was like 30 winners, wasn't there?
Yes, and I was not one of them. And there was like, 100 tickets?
Yeah, that's a lot, bro.
And I still didn't win. So I don't play casinos. I don't gamble. My money, my waste of money goes into drinking alcohol and building cars. But, hey, I know people that go broke because of gambling.
Right.
And I wish I could fucking win the lottery. I do go to casinos here and there, and I do believe that every dog has his day. And I do believe one day I'll fucking hit it big. But till then, I'm working for every fucking penny.
Yeah.
I
love that.
And I'm
bro.
like, it is what it is,
I love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Well, here, we're going to end it off with this, bro. Give me some dad advice.
Some dad advice?
Yeah.
Shit. I have 3 boys with 2 different women. Shit. If your kid, it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, bro. If they don't want to be like you, by the time they're 5, because at 5, these kids know what they're doing.
Right.
By 5, my first kid was wanting to work at Solar City. That's all he talked about.
Right.
When I grow up, I'm going to work at Solar City. My 7-year-old, they know cars. They know trucks. They can call out Silverados, Sierras. Like, they know what it is.
Yeah.
Because they've been around it their whole life. Everything that my kids do reflects on what I do. So if you can't reflect on your children, I think that's bad. Because I do know people that, like, disown their kids. They have multiple kids with multiple women, and they don't fucking claim them all. Like, bro, if I fucked up and I had a kid with a crackhead, you best believe you'd see pictures of me in that maternity shoe with that crackhead.
100%.
Yes, bro. I would be right there throwing that bitch a baby shower.
Oh, yeah.
Like 1,000%. Because that's my kid. It is what it is.
Right.
And I'm big on children, bro. I love kids. Bro. I'm not having any more kids. I wanted a daughter, but it ain't happening. I had 3 boys. And it is what it is. Testosterone runs strong as fuck in my family. I got a lot of nephews, I got a lot of brothers, and I got a lot of sons.
Yeah.
We are meant to build, you know, because all of them work.
Right.
You know, I have a 14-year-old brother and I have a 6-year-old brother that they help my mom in the business. My kid's 12. He's going to help me in my business. And it's a joke. I say this and people get offended, but if they were all girls, the only business that I would fucking start would be a strip club. With my daughters and my siblings and my nieces. Good thing God gave us all boys.
Right.
Because now we can fucking put them to work.
Exactly.
Physical labor and not on a pole. So
that's funny that you say that,
That's
bro.
the advice I give, bro. Just fucking be a good dad.
I
It's not
fucking
that
love
hard.
that, dude. I love
it's not
that.
hard. It's not hard being a good dad. I don't think so.
John, thank you for your time, bro. I really appreciate it, man. And where can people find you on social media, man?
Okay, so on Facebook, obviously Jonathan Garcia. On Instagram, John Still Be Flexing. If you're not following me, what is you doing?
All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. That was good, man. I fucking love that, dude. This second part of the fucking podcast was lit as fuck,
Got more personal.
dude. People